Congresswoman Carol Miller has been touring the Mountain State, connecting with local residents for District Week. Today, she stopped by Ace Adventure Resort to offer remarks at a roundtable discussion on tourism, and she later stopped by here at WOAY to discuss various topics, starting with the state of rural health facilities in West Virginia. What are some of the biggest challenges that you think our rural health facilities face?
Well, because we are rural, it can take some people 5 hours to get to the hospital. And so we have to deal with new issues like telehealth, which is wonderful. How we fund certain things for our hospitals. And the most important thing is accessibility and affordability in rural hospitals. In Logan, the day before yesterday, I was in Williamson, I was in Welch yesterday, and I will continue moving. When we have a district week, I'd like to be with the people and understand some of the issues. And so a lot of the rehab and things that they're doing in the hospitals is very important.
You think that can be done to ensure that our health facilities are properly equipped and funded?
Well, that's a huge issue, and you get into things like Medicare and Medicaid, and so how we can really check them thoroughly to make sure that we stay up to date on what the issues are that the coverage will handle. So it's just kind of trying to stay ahead of the curve for those things.
Several tax laws included in the 2017 Tax Cut and Jobs Act will expire by next year. The Ways and Means Committee created 10 tax teams to address key provisions from the cuts. In April, Miller was officially appointed chair of the Supply Chain Team, which is responsible for ensuring the tax system treats all energy sources fairly, maintains a competitive corporate rate, and appropriately rewards long-term investments. Miller explains her role as chair, focusing on West Virginia's energy and inheritance taxes.
Handling things like the corporate tax rate, inheritance taxes, just different things that directly affect our tax base, and also energy taxes. And so this past week I was in Southern Virginia visiting an area where they are taking methane off of coal mines and producing energy. And so an issue like that, they should be included in the type of tax incentives of things that we're doing for energy. And you know, you hear a lot about solar and wind and nuclear. Well, we're talking hydrogen, we're talking all of the above, because we do have coal, natural gas. How do we do it the best we can with what we have? And of course, America really is the cleanest at what we do. And so taking this methane that comes off of all coal mines, it's just a good thing to study. And so we were there watching, and it was really kind of incredible. Inheritance taxes. If your grandparents and great-grandparents were farmers and they've had a farm and your dad's farmed it, and you have a couple brothers and one of them doesn't want to be in, it's how you handle inheritance taxes, and so that you don't basically have to sell off all the acreage to pay the taxes when somebody passes away.
It's been an eventful couple of days for the Republican Party following the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump, the RNC taking place this week, and the selection of Ohio Senator J.D. Vance as Trump's running mate. As a longtime Republican, Miller shares her feelings regarding the shooting in Pennsylvania and how she thinks Vance will perform as vice president.
On TV, what happened, you know, it kind of caught me in the throat, and I was really teary-eyed that anyone would ever attempt to assassinate anyone. And I remember President Kennedy, Martin Luther King, Kennedy's brother, Ronald Reagan. All of these things have happened during my lifetime, and I really think God had his hand on him, on former President Trump, at that particular moment, for him to just turn his head. Have a new vice presidential candidate as well. He is a son, a grandson of our area. Kentucky, West Virginia, Southern Ohio, all of us, it's the same roots. He is a smart guy, and he really epitomizes the American dream to pull himself up by the bootstraps. I supported his candidacy because I thought he was bringing such a great new voice to Ohio. Relationship with President Trump has evolved over the last few years. As you know, with many people, he had his own opinions and then very quickly realized what a master President Trump is and what he brought to the presidency. And so I was really thrilled to see that he was chosen.